Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Okay, in today's session, what we're going to see is with the class. Okay, so before that, we will just recollect the things which we have seen yesterday. Okay, so in yesterday's session, we have seen some queries like update queries and everything, right? Hope you guys remember. These are all the queries we have seen in yesterday's session. Update and delete queries, update with exist, update with in and delete query, right? And also we have seen with respect to these tables, invoice details, invoice master and item master, right? Hope you guys remember. And also we have seen some exercise with respect to this. Okay, in today's session, what we are going to see is, let me put the today's date. So in today's session, we are going to see one new topic is called as with class. Okay. So this with class is nothing but there are many ways to do this with the class, and we can able to use all kind of select, update, delete, and everything inside this with the class. But the in today's session, we are going to see only the selecting. Okay, selecting with alone. Okay, so in with the class, it is the main purpose of with the class is to break down the complicated queries into simple parts. Okay, in order to break down the complicated, so we will, while seeing the syntax, you will understood. Okay, just a minute. Excuse me. Okay. We will see the syntax so that you people can able to understand. So here is the with the class. Okay. So here is the with the class, and this is the name of the with the class. Okay. So inside this with the class, what we will do is instead of see, if I want to join one or more tables. Okay. If I want to join more tables and I want to do all those stuffs inside the same table. So what I will do is I will split the table. Okay, I will split all those queries into subqueries, right? So if it is in the, if it is like a same table, if it is like a same query with some 10 to 15 lines, 20 lines of queries, then it will not be comfortable for me to reuse. Okay, so if I want to reuse a part of the query alone, okay, then it if it is in the same, if it is as a same query, then it will not be comfortable for me, right? So in order to do that reusability, we are using this with the class. Okay, so this is also one of the advantage of with the class. So reusability of the subquery with this block name. Okay, with the syntax is with is the keyword, and this is the name of the query which I am this is the name of the query which I'm going to give. So inside this only some select statement, update statement, and everything, whatever you wish you can give, right? So now in today's session, we are going to see only the select statement alone. Okay. So this is the syntax with, and this is the name of the block. This is one block within this. Okay. This bracket is close bracket and open bracket. This is considered as a one block. And within this block of query, I'm just naming it, whatever name it may be. It should be meaningful. Okay. And comma, and similarly, the next block name as is the keyword. See here also as is the keyword. So within this name, I'm using this query. That is the meaning as. Okay. So this is the name I'm using this for using this name for this select statement or any statements. Okay, so likewise you can able to do it as many as block you can. Okay, so block 1, block 2, block 3, like that you can able to do. So finally, after completing all the blocks, finally using some select okay, some select queries, using some select queries with respect to these block names. Okay, you can see here with respect to this block names. I will give the same name as given above. So see here, for with respect to this block name and also with respect to this block name, I can able to select the things. Okay, so whatever the queries which I have done for within this block 1, block 2, block 3, I can able to access in the main query. So this is the main query with some conditions or without conditions. It depends upon the requirement. So what is the main purpose of this? Okay, but you need to understood what is the main purpose of this may with the classes, in order to break down the complicated queries into simple parts, and also we can able to reuse those parts. Okay, this is the main thing. In today's session, we are since we have didn't touch upon all the group buys and havings and all on the joins, all those topics. Okay, we are not going to see these things and all. Maybe in tomorrow's session, we will try to see this simple update and delete query inside the with block. Okay, simple update and delete, instead of the select the simple update and delete and everything, we can see. So in today's session, what you're going to see is simple select statement alone inside the with the block, how to do it. Okay. So this is what we are going to see in today's session. See, this is my table, right? These are the three tables which I have. These are the three tables. This is invoice detail. In yesterday's session itself, we have seen this is my master table. Master table means the changes are not done frequently, right? Though that is called as a master table. So inside this item master, I have entered all the items. Okay, I have entered all the items. What are all inside my shop? I have enter all the details of the items. Okay, so invoice master is nothing but for every transaction, for every sale, I need to enter. Okay, this is I need to enter that ID with the date. In at this date, this particular transaction happened. And using this in order to merge this date with this invoice details, the detail view of the sale, this particular item got sold on this particular date, and this is the quantity, and this is the rate, and this is the total rate. Quantity is 40. If it is 40 and rate is 40, 40 into 40,600, and similarly we have calculated the discount. This is what we have seen. So based on this only, today we are going to work out. Okay, so I'm going to do some simple with class queries. Okay, so simple with class queries, in order to make you to understand. See, I will show you some complicated queries, how it got see here. So this is one of the queries which we used in some table. So using this, see, this is one with class. Okay, this is another block inside the with class. So using this this select statement, I have used this both block inside this main query. So this is how this is for the reusability. Okay, instead of giving all these queries inside as a single query, this will be very comfortable for me to do it. Okay, so for that only we are using, for our comfortable purpose, and also for the main thing is reusability, we are using the with class. So now what we are going to do is, see, for example, I will tell you some example with respect to this. Similarly, we will form some questions, and we will do some queries related to that. See, now what I'm going to do is, now I want to display all the items. Okay, now I want to display all the items and its respective rate. Okay, and its respective rate, where the rate is less than 50. Okay, for the rate should be less than 50. Okay. For this, what I need is I want to display it from the item master. Okay, I want to display it from the item master. And also, in order to show the rate, okay, in order to show the um, rate below 50, and also in order to show the rate which I want to select, so what I need is I'm going to separate this query. Okay, see here, with is the keyword. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one name for that. Okay, for example, low rate, like that, any name as you wish, but it should be meaningful. So as is also a keyword. Now open bracket, I am opening the block. Okay, this is my block, and inside my block what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the items from the item master. Okay, select star from see, first of all, I need to write my requirement, so that only I will be very clear in writing the query. So I want to display all items, what we say, all items with respect to the rate, right? With respect to hit rates. What is the condition? What is the condition? The rate should be less than 50. In order to make you to understand the with the class, I'm just using the simple query, simple select query inside. It can be done in a single query also, but I just want to show the syntax, how the with class should be used. So that's why I'm writing it inside the with class. Okay. So select star from item master is the name, I think. Yes, here it is, item master, where rate is rate is the column name, I think. Yes, here it is, rate should be less than 50 rupees or anything. Okay, so I'm closing the, see here, I have started this with the class here. Here is the opening bracket, and here I need to close it. Okay, so after closing it, what I want is I want to select only the item and item rate from the low rate. Okay, so this is the main query which I'm going to do. Select what is that item? Okay, let me see here. What is this? I want to see the item and its rate. Okay, and its rate. From it is not from the item master. Okay, of course it will come, but what I want is, with this condition I need the item and item rate. Okay, so what I need to do is it now within this block. Okay, within this low rate block. Okay, within this low rate block, what my output will be is, it will select all the items. Okay, it will select all the rows. See here, it will select all the rows with the condition rate is 50. Okay, with the condition rate less than 50, which means it will select what are all the rates. See here, it will select all these rows. Okay, 13, 15, 8 up to 16. Okay, up to 16 it will select. Then after that, which one? See here, so this one, first one is less than 50, and fifth one is less than 50, and sixth one is less than 50. So it will, with that condition, it will select only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hardly 6 to 7 rows. Okay, so it will select hardly 6 to 7 rows alone. So inside this low rate, okay, inside under the name of this low rate block, we have only 6 to 7 rows with this condition. So within that rows, okay, within that 6 to 7 rows, I need item and item rate. Okay, so I need to give this low rate as an table. So this low rate is nothing but it will create a one temporary table. Okay, the temporary result set using this condition and using this query. The result of this query is in the name of low rate. That is the meaning. Okay, this low rate is nothing but my temporary table. Okay. So where is the Postgres? Okay, I didn't open the Postgres yet. Let me open it. This is the Postgres shell, password. Okay, so I'm connecting to our NM class, right? So I will try to increase the font size. So here it is. So what I'm going to do is, see here, I'm going to copy and paste it. See here, only hardly we will get one, two, so hardly we will get 5 rows alone. Okay. So within this, see here, within this 5 rows, it was select star is nothing but it will select all the columns. But here in the main query, I'm reusing this low rate. Okay, I'm reusing this low rate and I'm filtering it only the 2 columns alone. So similarly, you can use it like this. See here. Similarly, if you want to count the rows from count star. So from this low rate, I'm counting how many rows are there. It gives you 5 rows. So like that, we can able to do. Okay, if you want to do the select star from, you can do. Okay, I didn't give. Since it, see here, since it is a temporary table, I need to give it with the with class only. Okay, so the low rate, simply if I type the low rate, then it will not. After the execution of that query, that temp table will got deleted. So since it is a temporary table, it will not come. See here, after giving this low rate, I'm going to select everything. Select everything from the low rate. So it will gives me all the columns. What are all the columns which I am having here? See here, item ID, item group, rate, and UMO, everything. So if I want to select only 2 rows, then you can select it from this low rate. So low rate is nothing but a temporary table, and we can reuse it. Make for your understanding purpose. It can be right in a single query itself, but for your understanding purpose, since you need to understand the basic, so I'm writing a simple query inside the with class. That's all. Okay. So hope you understood the structure, basic structure, and how to use the with class and what is the purpose of this with class for now. Okay. So okay, we will move on to the second question. So what is the second question is, now we will move on to some reusable stuffs like see, so usage of with class reusability. So reusability using some standard discount formula like that we can do. Okay, we are already having the discount table, right? Hope you guys remember in yesterday's class itself we have calculated some discount for see here we have already done this discount between 2000 to 10,000. So within this range I want to give some discount like that, we have already done. So now what I'm going to do is with okay, usage of with class reusability using some discount formula. See, consider in my shop, we are using some standard formula for everyone. I should since it is Diwali offer like that they used to put, right. So in at that time, what they will do is for everyone, for all the items, they used to give the offer for 1%, 10% like that they will give. So if you take the items, if you purchase the items above 10,000, if you purchase the items above 5,000, then the extra discount will be given. So that is the concept here. So what we are going to do is, I'm going to fix some standard formula. And in the main query or in the subquery, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the range. Okay, I'm going to set the range. See here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the standard formula. Standard formula for discount. Like the total value, the total rate we have purchased divided by 10. So the amount which I got is if it is divided by 10, then we will get some amount, and that is a 10% discount. But from that 10%, we can able to reduce the amount. So this is the formula. But if they purchase, above, what if they purchase for above, for example, 20,000, or for example to 5,000, above 5,000 to 10,000. So for this people alone, I need to give, apart from this 10%, okay, apart from this total value 10%, I need to give extra 0.5%, okay, extra 0.5% of discount. So for to achieve this, what we are going to do is we will first select all the items in the first query. See here, I need to do I need to display what I need to display is I need to display the item group, and we will take it as an item ID. And what else we want, the values and discount. So all these things, right? All these things we are having, items and item groups, everything we are having in the item master. But in invoice ID and quantity, rate, values, and everything, discount, all these things are in the invoice details, right? Now what we are going to do is, using the two subquery, I'm going to join these two tables in order to achieve this, okay, in order to bring the report result with these values. I want rate, value, discount from this table, and I want item name from this table, and I'm going to join these two using the invoice details, sorry, in item ID. Okay, using the item ID and invoice ID, I'm going to join these two details. Excuse. So what we need to do is, first thing, I'm going to write the with class, and see here, first thing is I want to fix the discount formula, right? Discount formula. So I need to fix the discount formula as select invoice ID, I think. See here, invoice ID, comma, item ID, item underscore ID, I think. Yes, item underscore ID, and value. So value is nothing but the total value, right? Total value they got purchased. So total value. And what I need is, here I'm going to fix the formula. Okay, for all the customer, I need to do the discount as value divided by 10. So as discount formula. So here I'm giving for this column, I'm giving a temporary name, okay, an alias name as discount formula or discount factor, anything. Okay. So I have did this, and under, see here, this is the subquery. This is one block inside the with. In under this discount formula, I'm giving this block. Okay, I'm giving this query. So from where I need to take from what is the table name? Invoice details is my table name, right? So invoice details. So invoice details is my table name. So I'm just closing this block, comma. So I'm going to write one more block. Okay, I'm going to write one more block, and for that I'm giving name as item master like that, because I need the fields from this also. In this item master also, I need fields like item, item group, rate, and everything. I need from this item master also. So this is the block name. Item master is nothing but a block name which I'm giving, as is the query which I'm going to opening the bracket and going to write the query inside this. And what I need is select same item ID. What are all the things inside the, see here, item ID, item group. So I need these three things. That is enough. Okay. So item ID, item, and item group. Right? From which table? This is from item master. Right? So I'm just closing this block also, comma. If I want to mention one more block, see, now I have fixed the discount factor. Now I have choose the columns which I want from the item master. Okay, now what I want is, I want to give the extra discount with the condition. See here, with the condition, I want to give the extra discount for the those who purchase above 5,000 to 10,000. I want to give one extra discount for them. So for that, for to give that condition, I need one more block. Okay, extra discount, extra. See, this is the name as an extra discount. So in this block, what I want is select df. See here, see these two. I need some items. Okay, I need some columns from the item masters. See, I need some columns from where I have getting, see, from discount formula and this item master. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give some names. Okay, I'm going to say give some alias names for them. So initially, from, see here, I'll just leave some space from. See, this is the temporary table name. This is the block name or temporary table name, and giving df as an alias name for this table. And also I need it, I need some of the columns from this item master also, right? And I'm giving alias name as im. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, df is the alias name for discount formula, and from this discount formula, what I need is, I want invoice id. Okay, so within this discount formula, they will have all these columns with the column of discount factor also. Okay, so with the discount factor also, some result set has been produced using this subquery. So what is the query name? What is the block name or subquery name? Discount formula. So I'm using this discount formula, reusing. This is called as reusability, which I have mentioned. I'm reusing this discount formula inside this select query. And also I'm going to use this discount factor which I have calculated inside this query. Okay, let us see how to do that. See, df dot, so df is nothing but discount formula's alias name. So from that df, I want invoice id. Okay, and from this item master, I want item group. Okay, and also I want discount factor. See, where is the discount factor? Here it is. So I'm just copy pasting this. I want discount factor. So what I want to do it with with this discount factor, I want to multiply it with 0.5. Okay, as new discount. Okay, I want to multiply this with new, because what we have said, if any person purchased between 5,000 to 10,000, I want to give him an extra discount of 0.5 percentage. Okay, in order to do that, in a zero point 0.5, I'm multiplying it with 0.5 as a new discount. And all these fields, where I need to get all these fields, it should come from these two, discount formula and item master. These are the two blocks. From this two block, I need to get this. Okay. And here, what I'm going to do is, see here, I didn't give this condition yet. So I'm going to give this condition. Okay. So what is the condition? df dot value. So this value, right? df is nothing but a discount formula alias name. df dot value. It should be between 5,000 to 10,000 range, right? That is what the requirement is. So I should not give two, I should give and. I've already seen about this between and everything, right? And one more condition what I need to give is, where spelling mistake. One more condition what I need to give is, see, for all the items, okay, for all the item ID which should be matched with the item ID in this invoice detail. See here, the item IDs, right? Item IDs here, 1, 2, 3, like that. Item IDs, it should match with the invoice details from this item ID. Okay, because this is in the primary key foreign key relationship. This is the primary key, and the IDs which are all I'm giving, what are all the IDs I'm giving inside this item ID in the item master, it should be in the invoice detail. Other than that, it will not accept. See, for example, if I give any 27 like that, I just try to give some items, some item ID which is not present in the item master in the invoice detail. If I try to give 27 here, then Postgres will raise an error. Okay, just try to give it and see. After establishing the primary key foreign key relationship. Okay, so this is the exercise which you can try and see what happened. It will raise an error. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I should match, okay, I should match this item ID with this item ID, the item master item ID now. Okay, so for that, I'm going to give one more condition. I'm going to give one more condition, and df is nothing but the invoice details, all these invoice details with this condition and with this formula, it consists inside the block. This block name is, alias name is df. Okay, df dot item id, item underscore id equal to, so one more table, item master. I need to select the item, same item ID from the item master, right? I need to match the IDs. So im dot item ID. So that's it. Okay. So what we have did in the first thing, in the first query, what we have did, we have created one standard discount formula. Okay. And from that formula, what we have did, here I have selected the columns which I need from the item master. So using this item ID, I have merged these two item master and item details. Okay, and with the condition of 5,000 to 10,000, if they purchase between 5,000 to 10,000, then I need to give an extra discount of 5%. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, this is the main query. So after completing, these are all the subquery. This is block 1, this is block 2, and this is block 3. What are all the block name? Extra discount, item master, and discount formula. These are all the 3 blocks. And I have used this discount formula reused. I have reused this discount formula, and within this discount factor inside the extra discount block. Okay. So here select star from. So extra discount is the final column, sorry, final block name. So let us execute and see any error comes or not. We will see any syntax error. Okay, no syntax error. See here, my new discount. For this is my invoice ID and this is the item group, and you can see the new discount rate. Okay, if you want to see the values also, if you want to see the item group also, you can use it here. If you want to see the item, so anything, what are all the things we have selected in the item master and invoice details, we can use it, reuse it here. Okay, so this is the simple reusability purpose of the with class. Okay, so please let me know if you are okay with this. Shall we proceed to next? Please give thumbs up, or if you are having any doubts, please let me know. And until this point, hope you guys are very clear in this. Please try to do parallelly with me. Okay, I'll give you some exercise regarding to this also after this session. Please try to do. See, this can be done in a single query also. Using joins, we can do it in the single query also. But in order to do some reusability, see here, I can able to do, I can reuse this part alone. I can reuse this part alone. I can reuse this part alone in this main query. So for that purpose and also for better understanding purpose, we are using this with class. Okay. Hope you people understood. So shall we move on to the next question? So I'm going to frame one more question and then I will give some exercise to you. Okay. So I'll give you one exercise regarding to this. See, we are having one more table, right? We can take something with this invoice date. We can select some date within this range, like that we can able to form some query. Okay. We will form the third query. So what I need is I want to display all the invoice, okay, all the invoice with respect to the value. We will keep one value, for example, greater than 3,000 rupees, okay, along with the invoice date, okay, along with the invoice date, okay. So with this invoice date, what we are going to do, I'm going to display this parallelly, this invoice date with the item, with the invoice ID and this value. Okay. So along with this date, date range, we will fix it. Okay. Date range also, we will fix it with some rate and with the, okay, these two, we will do it with these two condition. Okay. I need to display all invoice and their values, right? Values within the range. What range we can fix? It is above 2,000. Okay, we will fix it above 2,000. Okay, it should be above 2,000 along with the invoice. See here inside the invoice date, what is the column name? We will take the column name so that it will be easy for us. INV date, okay, along with the invoice date as INV underscore date, right? And the date should be between. So the date should be between. We can go for any range of dates. Okay, I'm just copy pasting this date, and I need the range of date with this to 1/11/2022, 1/12/2020. We can keep like this. Okay, 2020. So for 1 month alone, for 1 month of data alone, I need to display within this condition and all these columns which is inside the invoice details and invoice master, right? So invoice master. This is in the invoice master. This is the table name. INV underscore, not underscore. INV master. This is the table name. Okay. We will try to execute this query using the with class. Now what I'm going to do is with so first thing I want to select, okay, within this invoice master, invoice date, I'm going to select within rows within that range. So that should be comes inside the first block. Okay, that should be comes within the first block. Okay. So with I'm just putting this block name as INV date. Let it be okay. INV date, because we are going to select the dates along in this as. So select star from. I want to select all the columns. Since there are only two columns are there, I'm going to select everything. Select star from INV master, right? INV master, where what is the range between the dates? I'm going to copy paste this. So what is my column name? INV date, right? INV date should be between these two range. Okay. So yes, that's all for this query. For this block, that's all. I will. So this is the first block, right? This is the first block, comma. What is the second block name? We can keep it as an. So in second block, what we are going to do is values. So I need to select the values between these two range, right? So from the invoice details table. So let me keep this block name as INV detail. Okay, INV detail as going to write the query with the condition. Select star from INV details, where condition, within where condition what I need to give, where what is the range of my value? The ranges should be value or values. Okay, let me check whether it is a value or values. Value, okay. Value range greater than 2000. Okay, range greater than 2000. So I'm completing this block here. And also one more thing, let me add one more thing. I want this item also get to display. Okay, or yes, item. From this item master, I want to display the item names. Okay, I want item names. So, so let me keep this block name as item. And I'm going to write one subquery. So opening bracket, select select star from item master. This is the name, I think. Yes, item master. So I'm going to close. See, for before it, now we are using semicolon for at the end of all the queries, right? But when we are using the with class, inside the block, you should not give the semicolon. Semicolon represents the end of the query. So my query didn't end here, right? It is continuing. It is a block one, block two, like that. It is continuing. So where you need to give the semicolon is after completing all this block. Okay. After completing all this block, you need to give it in the main query. Okay. So for that purpose only, I didn't give any semicolon here. And also you need to be very careful. You need to give this comma within after completing one block, you need to give this comma. If the block continues, if it is the end of the block, if this is the last block, then there is no need to give comma. Before that and all, you need to give. See, this is for the first block, I have given comma. Second block, comma. For the third block, since this is the last block, I didn't give any commas. Okay. And also, this is the main query. And after ending the main query, you need to give the semicolon. So just keep this in mind. This is a basic syntax. You need to keep it in mind. Okay. So here my query got the third block query ends. So I didn't give comma here. Okay. So for the second block and first block, I have given the commas. So from this three block, okay, first block is having one condition, second block is having another condition. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge all these three things. Okay, I'm going to merge all these three things in order to generate one report. Okay, select. What I need is, I'll see. This is invoice date. See, first I will fix the name for everything. See, for invoice date, I will keep it as an in ID or anything or IDT. Okay, IDT. This is the alias name. And next thing is invoice details, right? For this invoice details, I will keep it as ID alone. This is alias name, and you should give it with the space. And this for items, I will give the name alias name as I alone. Okay. So these are all the three from these three blocks. I'm going to select some columns. Okay. So within this column, it selected all the columns inside the invoice master. Right. See here in previous query and all within this column, we have selected only three columns from the item master. As if we want everything, then we can select. Otherwise, just give star alone. Okay. If we want to save the timing execution time for the big query and all, then it is preferable to select the columns which you want instead of star. Okay, since this is a very small table, I'm using the star. Okay, otherwise it will be very preferable to select the columns which you want alone in the block. Okay, so here in the main query, what I want is I want I dot from this item. Okay, from this item, I need the item group. See what is the name? Item underscore group. I dot item underscore group. Right? Then what I want is I want a value from this invoice details. I want the value. So where is the invoice details? See here inside the INVDET. This is the block name. Inside this only we have selected the invoice detail. So what is the alias name I have given? ID. So ID dot value. Okay. So ID dot value. Then what else I want? Let me keep it as an, see, the main thing is date, right? We will get the date from IDT. See here, this is the block. I invoice date. I have kept the IDT as an alias name for this invoice date column. So invoice date block. So IDT dot invoice date is let me see what the name of INV date. INV underscore date. Right. So after this, if you want any columns like see here, if you want any columns like quantity, rate, discount, item ID, and anything you can select because we have given a star value. Okay, the star represents it will get all the columns from the invoice master. It will get all the columns from the invoice details. Okay, so that you can use all the columns. If you want to say the timing, then you can give like this. What are the columns you need? Then you can give the specific columns alone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one condition that I want to merge. See here, I want to merge this invoice ID. Okay, invoice ID alone. Invoice ID. I need to check whether this invoice ID is equal to this invoice ID, which means what are all the invoice ID got entered inside the invoice master. It should be equal to the invoice details, the ID which I have given here. Because this is the primary key and this is the foreign key, right? So since we have established that condition, we can't able to enter the IDs which apart from this invoice master inside the invoice details. If you give any ID apart from this, then you can just give a try, it will raise an error, right? So what are all the things which is inside, what are all the IDs inside the invoice master? I want to get those IDs alone. Okay, those IDs, and I want to match with those IDs alone. First, what I'm going to do is I want to give ID dot, where I'm typing. Okay, I want to type here. One more condition, ID dot. Okay, ID is nothing but, see here, the ID is nothing but invoice detail block, right? So from this invoice detail block, I am just entering INV ID and it should be matched with IDT. IDT is nothing but invoice date, right? Invoice date table. Inside the invoice date table, we are having one invoice ID. So it should be get match. Similarly, okay, similarly, what we need to do is we need to match the same thing, this item ID, because we have selected some items from the item master also. We selected some columns. So for this particular item ID only, I need to bring the result. So in order to do that, what I want to do is say the same thing. Item ID should be get match. I dot item ID should be equal to ID dot C. ID is nothing but the invoice details and I is nothing but items, right? What is the common field between these two? Item ID is the common field between these two, right? So item ID. So that's all. So we have given, in order to merge the three tables, okay, this invoice date, in order to merge this invoice date and invoice details, we have given this condition. In order to merge this invoice details and item, we have given this condition. Okay, so after merging all this, we are going to display all these things. What are the things need to display? Item group, value, and invoice date. Within this condition, it will give you the answer. Okay, here we have added these two conditions. Within these two conditions, all the rows will get displayed. So now I'm going to execute. Let us see any error comes or not. Any syntax error? Yes, we got one syntax error. So value range, okay. We don't have any range column. So that's what it's raising error. Now one more error. Syntax error near ID. Okay, we will check what is the syntax error. Okay, I didn't give condition. I didn't give it as a condition. So simply I have given it as an. So in order to give condition, what we need? Where, right? Where this is the condition. So again, we will execute and see any error raised or not, or we will get the output. Yeah, it's giving the output. So within this condition, see here, within this date range, within this date range and within this value, these two conditions we have applied and we have merged all these three. We have merged all these three and using the with class we have separated. Okay, with the we can do the same thing using the single query itself. Using the where and joins and everything, we can able to do the same thing. But in order to achieve the comfortability and reusability, we are using the with class. Okay, see here, the 1 month record is getting displayed from 2022 06 11 2007. So 1 month of records we are getting. We have given the 1 month, right, from 11 to 12, November to December 2020. So the 1 month of record is getting displayed. Okay, now what you are going to do is, okay, I'm going to give you one exercise. You people already in yesterday's class itself, I have already given all these, see, all these, all these three column names, and I want you to create the table, similar kind of table like this. One is invoice detail. If somebody didn't attend yesterday's session, I will give it today also. Please try to uh, create three tables like this, save it as an CSV, and using copy command. See here, using copy command, what we have did in yesterday's session. Hope you guys remember. See here, using copy command. I will give you copy command and create table also. Please try to create these three tables. Okay. See, I will give you all these commands. Okay, some are not getting copied due to the restriction. I will copy it one by one. Okay. This is the invoice detail. I'm giving you all the copy commands and everything. Please try to generate the table in the Excel and save it as a CSV, and using create one table inside the Postgres. Okay. And after that, you need to, using copy command, you need to copy everything inside the Postgres. So this is the first table. This is the second one. And this is the third one. Okay. So just go to Excel, create one table like this, three table like this, and save it. Okay. See here, save as, give save as, and go to the place wherever you want inside your drive and save it. Just save as a type. You need to choose the CSV, right? See here, CSV, comma delimited CSV, and save it. And that particular and see here, that particular, this particular sheet alone will save, and go to the next sheet and save it as a CSV, and again go to the next sheet, save it as a CSV. So for this and all, this rate and everything and all, you can use equal to rand between formula. Okay. Rand between, generate some number. Okay. Try to generate some number like this, 40 to 80 or 40 to 100. If you generate some number like this, try to drag drop, and it will automatically fill the series. So similarly for this invoice master, see here, just copy and paste it. Okay. And just try to do this drag drop, and it will automatically fill the next series of dates. Okay. You can see here. And if you want to fill it by the days wise, month wise, year wise, you can do it like this by selecting this, fill date day wise, fill week day wise, fill month wise, fill year wise. So it will do it. Okay. So after completing this table, just save it as a CSV, and I have given you the copy command, right? I have given you this copy command. Using this copy command, please try to, so this is the path which I have given inside my drive. You need to give it your path. Okay, you need to give your path. Just try to copy all these things in the Postgres. Now what we are going to do is I will give you one exercise regarding to this. Okay. So those who completed, okay, those who completed creating in yesterday's session, they can do this question. Okay. So what I want is display all the items. Okay. Display all the items sold above okay, above 2000, the same condition which I am giving, with the respective rates in invoice details, along with what I need is along with the item group in item master. This can be done in single query itself, but what I want you to do is do it in a two different query. First, try to do this alone, this invoice details. Okay, this invoice details alone in a single block, and this item group alone in next block, and in the main query just join those two. Okay, so this is what I want you to do using with the class. Okay, this is the requirement. Okay, now I'm going to give this also to you. Hope the poll questions got posted. Okay, so before doing this, just I will start the poll. Please come to the poll session. We will. Oh, Rajesh, we can stop the recording.